Hello, everyone, and welcome out to episode 345 of The Good, the Bad, and the Geeky. I'm your host of the most, Nick Nitro, or aka Nick Argenbright, because Nick Nitro is obviously a fake name. But we're going to breeze through the sponsors here real quick. First up, Packrat Comics. Go to packratcomics.com for more information, or check out our show notes, gbgpodcast.com. Also, audibletrial.com/goodbadgeeky. It's Audible. You get over 200,000 titles to choose from, coming in all types of genres like sci-fi, romances, mystery, and the classics. And it's a free 30-day trial, $14.95. And guys, if you like podcasts, you're going to love Audible. I will throw out there that I really go into this one a little bit more just simply because, you know, if you sign up and do the free trial, we get a little bread here on our end. It helps the podcast keep going. So we love your support. So, and also you get something out of it too, outside of this awesome free content of The Good, the Bad, and the Geeky. Again, that's audibletrial.com/goodbadgeeky. Also, some of the shit I do, I'll just throw it out there. Ultimate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Magically Unauthorized Misadventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle. For more information, go to our show notes at gbgpodcast.com. And last but not least, we are part of the It's All Been Done Presents Network, or IABDP. And speaking of IABDP, It's All Been Done Radio Hour, a modern scripted comedy show in the style of the old-timey-wimey serials. And it's the flagship of the network, I believe. Their next live performance is Saturday, August 12th, and Saturday, September 9th, 2017. For more information on how you can get tickets now, go to madlab.net and click on the tickets icon or a button on the page, and you can get tickets not only to It's All Been Done Radio Hour, but also other great Mad Lab shows. Past episodes of It's All Been Done Radio Hour are available on the podcast webpage and podcast feed on iTunes. It's all been done anyway, so go check out www.iabdpresents.com. All right, guys. Episode 345 of The Good, the Bad, and the Geeky, we talk to these wonderful writers, part of the Young Writers 2017 Short Play Festival at Mad Lab Theater. And I'm going to butcher their names. You two, I am so sorry. I didn't clearly get a good way to pronounce your names. Elliott Marrocco and I believe Joelle Odoguardi. I am so sorry if I didn't get that right. My last name's Argenbright, and it's hard to pronounce for people. So, I am so sorry. I hope I didn't butcher it too badly. But Elliott and Joelle, and their interests range all over from Star Trek to Beauty and the Beast to Pride and Prejudice, and of course to writing. And we go over everything. Now, I will warn you that there is a lot of It's All Been Done Radio Hour talking here too, and I really try to sell it hard, and it actually was much, much more. And I cut it down and tone it down best I could without losing other stuff in there. So I apologize if one part comes off like a giant It's All Been Done Radio Hour ad, but I really do think these kids would be great part to try out for the show and have fun doing it. They love to act. And especially Elliott, who's a big Star Trek fan. I was really pushing hard. I hope, Elliott, if you're listening to this, that you do try it out. And both of you try out for the show, and of course, do It's All Been Trek before, because guys, we really talk Star Trek here. We also talk some other things like Joelle's in Pride and Prejudice and much, much more. All right, enough of me babbling. Here is Elliott and Joelle talking about their play for the Young Writers 2017 Short Play Festival at Mad Lab. And I'm not going to try to not mess it up, but it's called Ovaries, River, and Through the Woods. Enjoy. Just FYI, this show is sponsored by the Young Writers 2017 performance at Mad Lab. For more information, go to madlab.net. And we have with us Joelle and Elliott. I'm trying not to make the joke on the air. I'm so sorry. So sorry. But it's a Scrubs reference. If you've seen it, just go watch it. That way I don't have to ever do it. And then also she'll kill me. You won't. You're very nice. From the 5 seconds I've known you. And says the guy whose basement you're in to record this. But no, you guys both wrote Ovaries.
Yes, and two of our other friends. It was quite a team effort.
So who came up with the idea first, or do you guys just all sit down and just start writing it? Or
me and one of my other friends came up with the idea to have like a Thanksgiving family dinner, and we actually wrote it as part of like a 24-hour show project that we do at our school. So it's all written in 24 hours, which I think is definitely reflected in the script. Yes. So we were all sitting around in a basement at one of our friends' basements, and somehow the idea came about, like, what if we made one of the characters a sock puppet and like never talked about it? And that kind of, I feel like that's when like our show really took form.
Yeah, we did spend about 2 hours just coming up with names for the characters. They had to fit perfectly, and
I'm still not sold on all of them.
Really? Oh man. Okay. Well, so I was not at the first read through, but I was at the second read through. And matter of fact, I do weird voices, so they were just like, they didn't tell me, they were just like, can you do this, the young writers read through? I was like, sure. And they were just like, we have one role. Colleen is like, you're gonna, one role you're gonna really love. And matter of fact, it's one of the reasons why we really want you there. And I was like, okay. And it was ovaries, and I was the uncle with the sock puppet.
Oh, that's awesome. We weren't at the second read. There was just such a bummer, but I watched the video that she sent us.
Oh, yeah. But here's the thing. I have no idea who's directing it or who's writing it now, or who the cast is for the actual final show. So my question is, what voice did you imagine? This is just me as an actor and curious. Like, what voice did you imagine? Did you imagine it like that kind of raspy voice?
Yeah,
for her?
Definitely.
She's a heavy smoker. Yeah. Muriel is a heavy smoker, 2 packs a day. And it should be reflected in that voice.
Yeah, I like to think that, like, since she doesn't have arms, like, Keith is holding up the cigarette to her mouth, like, to his other hand.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Is Keith Jackson the one who's... That's what I'm saying. I have no idea who's even cast, so, like, it will be a pure surprise for when I see it.
It will be for us, too.
Yeah.
So are you guys going to every show, then, to...
I am unable to. I'm in a show downtown, so I really can only make 2 of them, which kind of stinks, but...
So you're a big deal, apparently.
Yes, officially.
What show is it?
I'm in Pride and Prejudice in Actors Theater Columbus.
Yeah, okay.
Which has been so fun, but I also feel kind of bad that I'm like missing out on that aspect of this show. But
you're a horrible person.
Yeah, I'm confirmed.
Here's the thing: you're Hollywood now. Beware.
I've gone corporate.
Yeah, you've gone corporate.
I'm a sellout.
It's all about how many followers you got on Twitter and Instagram, and. Okay, so how many more performances are left of Pride and Prejudice if people want to double dip and see both shows?
Ooh, that's a good idea. There's 9 left. Thursdays through Sundays until July 16th.
Is there a website they can go to in case dates are hard?
Yes, they can Google Actors Theater Columbus, Pride and Prejudice, or follow me on Twitter.
That's what I use. I was like, I don't remember. Things are hard. Okay, so here's my next thing. So after the read through, I liked all of them, but because I was also, because I was in your guys's, I was like, I really like this one a lot. And number 2, and this is my weird actor attachment or viewer attachment. It's a farce from start, and you don't see a lot of those too much these days. Like, it's always very much, the doily, something's wrong with the doily, let's go check out the doily, let's talk about it, and that's the end of the scene. Or, those things are way more high concept than that, but it's just 2 people or 3, 4 people talking. This is like insanity if done correctly. And I'm looking forward to it the most because, even though I'm looking forward to all of them, just because when I was reading through, I was like, if this is done correctly, this is going to be amazing, and it's going to be awesome. So, point being is that, like, I love Frasier, and Frasier's are technically televised farces in every episode, because usually, like, Niles wants to throw a party, Frasier can't come, but then has to come anyway, and then somehow the whole family, like his dad's there, Daphne's there, Roz is there, and it becomes a series of gags where people enter the room, leave the room. Like, one episode, one of the mini parties they had, a bird got stuck to Niles' head, and every time the doorbell rang, it claws his scalp out. And the only problem is now Niles can't entertain. Frasier, who doesn't want to be there, has to go out. That's what I'm saying. So then they're trying to think of ways how to get Niles to go out to meet people. That's what I'm saying. It's very similar. There's 2 characters that kind of don't want to be there. That's what I'm saying. I was like, this is awesome. I'm looking so forward to this. So did you guys always plan to make it a farce, or was it really just Mariel and Heath, and then that was the insanity, or?
Well, we kind of, so our whole 24-hour project like thing is that you're assigned groups, and you have to kind of create a show that can work for every single person in your group, that'll work for like the number of people that you have. And so that was basically what we started our foundation of our show off of, is how many characters can we create that are funny and can like fit into this one show. And if it comes out as a farce and like a really funny show,
I think it is, because at least to me, a farce and nowadays is just complete madcap insanity of multiple characters on a stage, and there's constantly moving pieces of it. So there's stuff going on behind you, there's stuff going in front of you. There's always, so like I always looked at it, and it was kind of hard during the stage when we were reading through, because I read through it but not really. I did the typical actor thing. I read all of Heath's and Mariel's parts. I didn't read So I was like, oh my god, I'm sitting on the ground now, okay, and there's like 5 things going on behind me, or there should be, and there's other, so people are trying to do all that, and it's very, that's what I'm saying, it's very, if done correctly, it's going to be amazing. So, I guess, like, what started off with the idea of someone was preggers? Because, to be clear, for some of those who don't know, and will be interested, ovaries, how is it? What's
Ovaries, River, and Through the Woods.
I love, it's a Rocky Bullwinkle with nothing but puns. I love that title. I can't pronounce it though. Or we didn't really realize until the end of the rehearsal that the characters are split up. But this, right? The guy they're not together, but she's pregnant.
They're not getting married.
They're not getting married, but they are together.
But they're staying together, and that's kind of what
it's like, the modern like marriage thing, and this is more like traditional as this family can be.
Because I remember we considered the idea of like having him propose and having that be like another subplot, like secret thing going around. But then we were like, that kind of ruins our message that like normal's overrated, I guess. That like it's all these crazy characters. Kind of. I feel like that was
grandmama is drunk.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic too, because this family is so just abnormal and kind of insane, and then the one thing that they have a problem with is them not getting married.
Through our rewrites, I feel like that kind of evolved a little bit, because when we got feedback from our national mentor, they were like, there needs to be more of an overarching message, and I feel like that turned more into like the conflict shifted to be in between Brian and Samantha instead, like the two romantic characters, instead of like the daughter and the mom, like because it didn't feel quite coherent that like the mom was kind of normal and strict and traditional. We didn't have really like a gag for the mom, so then we sort of pushed her to an extreme and tried to make like a more realistic conflict between Brian and Samantha. By like him being like, your family's crazy, like I can't handle this, and her being like, you have to handle this, I'm pregnant. You know.
Well, I also so why is the crazy uncle who has a talking hand puppet as his wife, and everyone's okay with it? Because it's true. No one.
Yeah, that's a fun irony of it.
I love it, because it's like, oh my god, no one's talking about this except for the leads, the romantic leads, and really it's only the guy because he's new to the family. She's just kind of apologetic for it, which again I love. It's hysterical. So, but my question is like, how does he pick up, or she really pick up on that she's pregnant?
Good question.
or is it just something where it's just like, it was something that, it was just one of those like kind of, well, maybe irony things as like the weirdest person. I mean, let's be real. He's the weirdest guy in that whole family. Everyone else is a little off, but that's everybody's family. I don't know anyone in their family that has an uncle who's married to a sock puppet. So, which again is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I just was curious, like why did he notice? Because
like the shot in the dark thing. Yeah. Honestly, there's no like profound reason. We just thought it would be so really funny. And he randomly guessed, like just absolutely like shot in the dark.
And it kind of reverse psychology on it too. It's like, oh, you must be pregnant, like that. And she's like, how did you know? You haven't told anybody yet.
Yeah, we wanted it to the whole thing to kind of just be like, no one likes visiting their in-laws. Like, that's kind of the stereotype, and we kind of wanted to make that an extreme in this case.
Yeah.
Okay, just because I just thought that was I thought that was so funny, and then the grandmama was just I say grandma. Grandmama is a funnier word to me, so it's just funny to say. But like literally, she keeps like kind of rambling off in the background about alcohol and whatever else. I mean, it's so funny, so funny. So this 24-hour project you guys did, were you guys chosen together, or did like you guys all come together like, oh, I want to work with these classmates of mine, or was it a little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both. The writers tend to kind of flock towards each other. Like if two people want to write that together, then they're able to choose that, and if like people want to write separately, they're able to choose that. But then the picking of the actual groups is usually like random, but also kind of altered to make sure that it's fair, and there are an equal distribution of like upperclassmen to lowerclassmen in each
So are
group.
you guys seniors, or
this next year?
Next year, okay. And how many seniors overall were there? Or the soon-to-be seniors, I should say.
Back then, there were not many.
Back in the day.
It was like sophomore year?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys wrote this that long ago?
Yeah.
It's not a new show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We performed in it, too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We were
So who were you?
I was
Elliott.
Brian, the male love interest.
You were the male, and who were you?
And I was the grandma.
You were the grandma?
She did a fantastic
It was so
job.
fun.
Oh my gosh. Well, and here's the thing too. You could possibly make it a little bit more raunchy if you wanted to for Mad Lab. Did you guys try that at all? Not too much. I think you guys are.
Oh, one time we changed the word bucko to jackass, and we like made a comment about it, and we were like, I'm not under like this isn't a high school show anymore, but like that's the only one I can distinctly remember.
Was that kind of freeing though, a little bit? Or
it was nice. We kind of pushed the boundaries anyway, like at our school. Like they don't like check the scripts before we
was kind of
and just the name of the show.
Yeah, our director was not a fan when he first saw it. He was like, I wouldn't have let
very
you guys.
conservative person.
Yeah, not conservative, but he's more religious, and he like
wants to keep his job. They let us do like risky material generally, but he wasn't. We had like menopause jokes and like bastard, and the alternate
bastard. The alternate title for this was like "Fear and Loathing in My Uterus," which is like
that's amazing. That's amazing. Would you like to help me write Rocky IV? Because I'm not kidding. That was really good and horrifying all at the same time. No, that's awesome because I'm from West Jeff, and granted our theater program then was good for what it was, but we never had anything like this. So did you guys just decide, hey, we're gonna submit it to Young Writers, or was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Elliott just like, you couldn't see it, but it's just like, it was a very Kiff from Futurama, like, point to Joelle.
She's mainly the person that like is in charge of these things. Like she kind of takes charge in a very great way, and I think
I have an advantage because I'm the only one out of us who checks my email.
Yes, indeed.
So I kind of feel like it's giving me like the mom role, because our director sends us like a bunch of stuff about like theater opportunities.
Oh, nice.
Well, relatively, and they like send it to him first, and he sent it to us. Yeah. And so I was like, I guess I kind of took the initiative there. Like, we should send this.
That's awesome. So you're the polite alpha female of the group.
Yeah. Well, Elliott has 1,000 unread emails. So.
Yeah, over 1,000
You're
unread.
that person?
I am that person.
Oh, why?
I will check my email. I have like people marked as important, and I'll go to my important folder, but then I won't look at everything else.
Okay, so speaking of which, I want to apologize for finding you on Twitter.
No, that was funny. That made me laugh.
No, because I was panicking. Well, I work nights anyway, but literally they're doing a St. James Festival. When we're recording this, there's the St. James Festival on Sunday, and I have to be at Mad Lab at 4:30 for something else for Young Writers. I have to record something, which I'm going to be late to, which is fine. But if I cannot be super late to the point where they're not there anymore, I was just like, can we move everything to 3? And like the other individual responded back like 3:45 is great. I was like, oh, I just swung on Joelle. crap.
I felt so bad. It was one of those things where I saw it and I was like, oh, I need to reply to that. And I just put my phone down and like started doing something else.
Right. And so I was just like, oh god. So I was just like 9:00 and I was getting desperate. And then I think I reached out to someone. They're like, they didn't get back to me right away either, because I was like, I'll just call. I hate calling. I'll call. because I work with phones and I don't like talking on the phone. That's one of those kind of things. So which is funny because I do a podcast. And I'm talking, but I was like, oh, this is so not weird. Tweet, send Twitter, and then like within 5 seconds, got an email from me. I was like,
social
God.
media is the way to go.
Which is so weird because I mean I love social media, but I'm also one of those old men, get off my lawn about it. I don't know, especially in today's climate, you have idiots, well, in my opinion, idiots behind their Tweety boxes. President Trump. What?
I agree. Commentary.
No, yeah. Dear God. I mean, I woke up today and there's like a whole another new barrage of crap that he's tweeting about. Well, on to happier subjects. It's not that jerkwad. He doesn't deserve any more of our time. So that's just so cool though that you guys got to submit that. Like, I think one year we did a sketch show, but it was our senior year. It was our first year of drama. We did a sketch show, but we didn't write any of it. It was one of those things where they chose sketches for us and we had to perform it. Yeah, which is not as fun. It's not as fun. I mean, I played an elf bartender. That was kind of neat.
That's pretty cool.
Smoke a fake stogie, a very clear plastic kind. Yeah. So, but what's the most fun thing you guys have written then for your school?
That we've been in or written?
Both. Let's go with both. I was going for written because I'm assuming you guys write and perform your own stuff. So.
Occasionally.
The chance.
Yeah, I always try to write for the 24-hour show. Mm-hmm. Last year was this year's 24-hour show was not as fun as the year before, so that was probably the least fun. The most fun I've had in the show is probably, I've only really written one other thing, which was me and our director co-wrote an adaptation of Medea, which was like an ancient Greek play. So that was more like incredibly stressful than fun, but it was really rewarding.
So good.
Why do you think it was stressful? Is this more just trying to honor the source material, or was it trying to find a weird, unique stamp on the source material?
It's more like I felt like a lot of things were like my responsibility exclusively. Like, it was kind of hard to like have people help me because like all my friends were actors in the show, and I'm like sharing creative responsibility with like one of my directors, so it's not like totally mine, but it's like it felt weird editing like an adult's words, but at the same time, like, who else is gonna say something, you know? It was just one of those.
That's interesting. What about you? Have you ever had to do something like that where you had to, especially like an adult especially, had to edit their words or anything like that? Or
fortunately not, because I would not have the guts to do that.
Our main thing is acting.
Yeah, I like
more.
Okay, because I mean, ovaries is so. I'm just gonna call it ovaries. That's what everyone calls it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. So like, do you guys tend to, when you write, do drama, or do you guys just stick to the funny stuff?
Unless I had an idea for a drama, I would always stick to comedy. We write a roast every year for our drama club, which is fun.
Throwing it out there, when you guys turn 18, because Colleen and not Colleen. Well, Colleen helps out, but Woosley and Nikki Smith.
I love Wooz. Tell them pretty much this.
Woosley's amazing. Matter of fact, I'm co-directing Offensive Penalty with him.
Oh, awesome!
And that's one of those things too, where it's just like he's the main director, and I'm just getting a sense for it. But I'm also directing shorts for the St. James thing. So that's really my dipping my toe officially in. But it's different. It's unique because everyone has their own style. So I'm just. Do you guys have a director that directorial way of dealing with stuff that you prefer, like someone who interrupts you kind of midway, that way helps you along every step of the way, or let you kind of figure it out and then at the end give you notes, or is it a mixture of both? Or
I like a mixture of both. I like in the more like young stages of the show, I like being stopped periodically and kind of given direction, because oftentimes in those stages you don't really know what to do with your character yet, and kind of given like a pathway is a really nice jumping off point. And then later on, when it gets closer to the show, having like full run throughs and then like taking down notes.
I feel like it helps you get rid of bad habits before they start.
Yes,
too.
Exactly.
It's like simple things, just like cheat out or like project, you know. But it's nice to like get a sense of the rhythm for the show without like an interruption once it's like finally like game time.
Yeah, which I kind of like too. But there are other directors who they also go into like really hardcore. It's like, how do you feel about this character? How do you think they got there where they're at? That kind of thing, which I think is fascinating too, because I'm from the old school again. And G Golly West Jeff, it would just be here are your lines, perform the part, and that was it. You didn't really think too much about that, like, you know what I mean? Which so you're not really acting so much as you're acting to act. You're acting like you're acting, but you're not really acting.
Yeah.
So I just saw this. So are you a Trekker or Trekkie?
Trekkie. Spock pin.
Is he your favorite?
Yes, 100%.
Oh yeah.
I tend to talk about him not
100% of the time.
Yes.
Can I just point out that I brought it up for the judges at home. You do not say a thing about Spock. I brought it up.
Yes, I was trying to be polite, but
it's okay.
He's constantly kind of in my mind.
But that's a good character to have in your mind, just because he's so.
So good.
He's so good. Yeah,
he's such a well-rounded character.
He is, and not to make another statement or take it back to but like we need more people like that, which is they're calm but they have emotion.
Yeah,
they are
exactly.
human, but they're logical.
He's kind of a really good representation of the human experience of having a conflict, like an inner conflict with who you are and like who you want to be, but not necessarily being able to fit into like a stereotype, and
it's
incredibly beautiful.
No, yeah. Well,
I thought a lot about this. If you can't
so
tell.
have you ever watched? I mean,
Nope.
okay. So how did you get started into Star Trek? I have to ask.
It was kind of a mixture of. It would be on in the background with my family, and also I had online friends who were getting really into it, and so I was like, okay, I'll just give it a try. Like, it's the 60s, so it can't be that good. I was wrong. It's amazing.
So Woosley does a podcast with my friend. No, you really should, and well, both of you should look into trying out, because I'm also part of the It's All Been Done Presents Network, and the flagship is called It's All Been Done Radio Hour, where it's a radio show. We perform live, so we have the boom mics, and literally and you don't have to memorize lines, but you give a vocal performance. But the flagship, I don't think I'm going out of turn when I say this, from Jimmy, who my best friend, he runs the show. His flagship, because he too is a gigantic Star Trek fan, is called Universe Journey.
Oh my god!
And so, if you ever do get a chance, if you're not into Star Trek, I would say the new movies are a good jumping off point.
They really are.
No.
Hey man, I'm not gonna lie, I still tear up during. If anything, if I want to have feels, I will pull up on YouTube and watch, because my dad has my copy of Wrath of Khan.
Oh my
gosh. The Death of Spock is amazing, because
make him cry.
And the great thing is, if you watch the new movies and you have context for it, it kind of shows you what he's talking about, because I think they never really mentioned the Kobayashi Maru, which is, it's supposed to teach cadets or captains, and I think this is applicable in any situation, which is there are times where it's a no-win scenario.
You're not supposed to be able to beat the Kobayashi Maru.
Right. And so Kirk, in the new hip version by J.J. Abrams, so if you like J.J. Abrams, that's a good selling point. He's the one who directed and wrote the first one. Now, second one, that's Into Darkness.
Star
Trek Beyond.
Beyond is the newest.
Yeah,
one.
Beyond. Okay, Beyond's the really. I'm sorry.
The really good one, because J.J. Abrams wasn't directing. But
okay, look, he did a good job with the first one, kind of.
The second one was trash.
The second one, it was. The best part about it was Benedict Cumberbatch, but then the whole time they were trying to do that. Well, J.J. Abrams is all about the mystery box. So if you ever watch any of his shows, actually Lost Forward, it's all about the mystery box, which is, if you're more interested in what's in the box, you'll figure it out. You'll try to figure it out, and then you as fans, you take it from there. And then you might be disappointed with what's in the mystery box. And I kind of agree with this. He's of the old school mind of thought, which is, back in the day, like literally the trailer for Back to the Future. Have you guys seen Back to the Future?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you're killing me,
I haven't seen everything. Whenever someone's like, everyone's seen this, I haven't. I'm the worst. I'm awful at consuming media.
To quote Kyle, you are a garbage human being.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. No. Elliott's like, it's okay, but you are. No. I'm kidding with you. But literally, if you watch the original trailer for it, it's just a picture of a guy going, it's like, where you're going, you don't need roads, and it just shows a big empty roadway, and then the DeLorean like just speeds through and goes and travels in time, and that's it. That's the only trailer for that movie. Until after it came out, then they did a proper trailer. The trailers weren't like they are now. So literally, people had really, that was all they knew it was. And Michael J. Fox, I think, shows up to wind down the window and then speeds off. And they're like, it's a Michael J. Fox movie. Okay. But there was another point I was going with that, so I apologize I didn't make it. But no, the death scene of Spock is amazing. But yeah, so this is what I was trying to say. J.J. Abrams appreciates the old school style filmmaking, which is nothing going in.
Yeah.
Or if you know the basic idea of it, we're not going to spoil you in the trailer. So, like, I saw the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and that last half of that movie, besides that one part where they're doing the massive, I call it the Avenger shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Where all the characters are kind of lined up. Superhero pose, like rockets in the jetpack, Yondu. Awesome scene, by the way.
Awesome scene.
Yeah. You look like Mary Poppins. Is he cool? Yeah, he's cool. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah.
It'd be great if he's, Joelle, you need to get on this. Now, here's your crash course. Back to the Future.
Okay.
Actually, I will say, too, as a writer, Back to the Future in screenplay form, and actually I would say the movie version, because Robert Zemeckis wrote and directed it with Bob Gale, is a beautifully, like, everything pays off.
It does.
Everything pays off perfectly. Like the gun, and the thing is that they set up things that you don't even know will go off at the end of the movie, and they go off, and sometimes it's not, they don't tell you directly, it's all visual, which again is also very unique. Now, sad part of this is that the original ending of the script ended with them needing to power the DeLorean to get home by nuking a fridge.
What?
And who produced that movie? Steven Spielberg. What did Steven Spielberg decide to take from and put it in Indiana Jones 4?
Oh, yeah, the fridge with the
nuking of the fridge. Now, see, here's the thing. I think that is a great scene in context because, look, Indiana Jones would have died. But it's a cool scene.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this is how we're, oh my God, this is how we're starting the movie off. He's in a fridge and he gets nuked. Oh my God. Oh, wait, the movie, it's not going to be like a, here's how I got here kind of. Yeah, that's how the movie should have ended too.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Star Trek is amazing.
It really is.
But no, Jimmy has a section there called Universe Journey, and I play Captain Kake. Shane, have you guys met Shane yet? He was in some, I think, both read-throughs. Shane Stefanchek. He is Meow Meow. Oh. And Meow Meow, the name is spelled M-, but it's pronounced Meow. It's actually pronounced Meow Meow. But the problem is everyone calls him Meow Meow, and I think the actors couldn't get around Meow Meow, and so they started calling him Meow. So they actually write it's Meow Meow. But it's really interesting if you see the script. It says, but he's technically the Spock character.
Oh, really?
But the twist is that he looks like a gigantic scaly raptor thing.
So like a Gorn, kind of?
Kinda, but and so when he talks like this, and so Kake thinks he's evil, and so the whole show is pretty much everyone's defending Meow Meow. Like I don't even call him by his right name because I don't like him. Kake doesn't like him, so it's really fun. We have other stuff too. We have Top Notch Tango, which is a superhero one. We have we did have the Scary Dead, which was our Walking Dead parody. Commercials. It's really a lot of fun. You guys should look into it. They do auditions. They put audition packets up on their website at It's All Been Done Radio Hour, like every month. But I mean, if you like Star Trek, that one. I mean, and the thing is too, I love Star. Well, this is the other thing I think is interesting. You don't really have, outside of the movies, don't have a new show. You have a new show coming out, Discovery. But you guys don't have that's what I'm saying. That's so awesome that you guys, your online friends, are like, yeah, Star Trek. We're watching Star Trek.
Yeah.
Because
I'm in a group chat actually. Like that's started
so awesome.
as like a place to talk about Star Trek, but we all became really good friends, and we have like sessions every week where we get on like a website that allows you to like watch something at the same time and like have like a chat thing with it.
Oh wow.
And we go through the original series. It's so good.
Now there are some clunkers in there. Let's be honest.
Season 3.
Yes, that's 3. That's what Woosley. I just remember my dad would watch it all the time, and it's one of those things where when I was younger, I liked the movies. Well, most of the movies. Another fun fact: if you do watch Wrath of Khan and you go, "Oh, this is an enjoyable film," you should just skip to 4.
I disagree.
Really?
Yeah,
The Search for Spock.
The Search for Spock is so good.
Really?
It's so good.
Okay. You know what? No, seriously, we totally got to have you on the podcast. No, because I think like The performances are all good, but I don't know, the story, it's like, it's just another great way for Spock to come back, and then...
There's not enough Spock in it for me to really think that it's
that's
amazing.
Part of
Are they searching for him?
Well, I don't want to give a spoiler, but you know.
No, she doesn't. Let's be honest, she's being very kind right now. She's not going to watch.
No, I like hearing you guys be excited.
Spock dies.
In The Wrath of Khan.
Which, by the way, an amazing scene, because the whole thing is that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one, which is the whole point of the Kobayashi Maru. And again, which is kind of the thing is, it's the first time they kind of bring it up at the beginning, and you think it's a throwaway line, and then Spock's like, to save everyone, one person must die. And
it's the experiment with like the railway and like should you pull the lever to like save one person.
And then the end of the search for Spock, Captain Kirk turns the phrase on him as like the needs of the one outweigh the needs of the many.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. And the other thing is though too is that Kirk, you know, if you watch the TV show, they kind of play up the fact that Kirk is kind of a womanizing jerk sometimes, and he doesn't. No, well, I mean, but they play. Kirk even acknowledged he's like, I could be probably a better human being to other people because I'm kind of like, you are my friend. And Spock, of course, doesn't understand humanity. Well, he's understanding it better, but like even he's just like, yeah. Okay, and at the end he's like, you will be and always shall be my friend, and then he does the thing and he dies, and you're just like, oh my god, it's so good,
so many tears.
Well, okay, I was more we're totally geeking out here. I'm so sorry. Did you see the original ending for J.J. Abrams' Star Trek?
For which movie?
For the first one that he did.
The first one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see the original one.
So the original one, they wanted William Shatner to show up, and Shatner didn't do it. And then J.J. Abrams said what the scene was, and Shatner was like, yeah, that was, but I wanted a bigger part. And I was like, you're a jerk. So when Spock meets Spock...
Oh, wait. Yeah, I do know that.
And he sits there, and so... in Generations, they have to have the new captain meet the old captain, which is a little whatever. But the event that happened is that he's christening a spaceship, and then something happens and he disappears. Well, I suppose it's like right before that whole event happened, he sends a birthday message to Spock. He sings "Happy Birthday," and he's just like, "By the way, I just want you to know that like I miss you. We don't hang out anymore, and like you're like my best pal." I mean, that's not how Shatner would have done it, but anyway, but like it was Kirk being very sincere and kind of was like, I hope to see you soon. I just got to do this thing, and I'll see you right away afterwards. Mm-hmm. And of course, that's not what happens. It pretty much leads to his death.
Yeah.
Which supposed death. Which, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So you're just like, but it was a beautiful moment, and that's how young Spock realized that. Because young Spock's like, Kirk's a dick. I hate him.
Yeah, they're not friends.
Which is actually, I thought was I know what he was trying to do, and I thought the first movie it kind of played out well, but then the second one they screwed the pooch.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so what movies and stuff are you really excited about? We're over here about Star Trek. What about you?
That's just so on the spot.
Is this and she's just like, Star Trek. What are you talking about?
That's
Star Trek.
Looking at like anything that I do ever.
Hey, I like when you're excited.
No, that's nice. That's no. Like sometimes
I always read all your like Insta posts about it. Insta posts.
Oh, you like do Instagram posts on them?
Constantly.
Again, you should totally do, or if anything, you should ask Jimmy, and we will all write in a universe journey, because we're slowly itching into. Well, I added Z. Colleen plays Z because I wanted a Q character. And if you're debating up for this, Trelane is, to me, in my opinion, a Q.
Sure, I can.
A baby
see that.
Q.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but and it's like, tell me more about you, Star Trek. What? No, but what kind of stuff do you get into? Like, obviously theater. Like, you're in Pride and Prejudice. Do you like Jane Austen?
Pride and Prejudice is my only experience with Jane Austen. I have been trying to read a lot more plays lately.
You are garbage. No, I'm kidding. No, so
it's
what?
Theme.
So today's theme. Matter of fact, it will be just called garbage. No, I'm kidding.
Your job as princess.
Oh, I work as a party princess, like for kids. That's a thing about me.
Wait, let me. Okay, you're either going to be Belle or Jasmine.
Belle.
Boom.
Nice guy. I bounce around, but Belle's been the main one, especially after the new Beauty and the Beast movie.
Oh yeah, so you've been in demand. So So how does that work now? I mean, okay, obviously someone hires you.
I'm not technically Belle. Technically, I'm like Beauty Belle with like out an E on the end.
They can't
copyright
for copyright reasons.
Oh, I'm sorry. Beauty Belle without the E.
Yes.
It just means beauty, because Belle means beauty in French.
That's true. We like French. Another thing I like. I have personality traits, I swear to God.
So do you speak French well then?
Well enough. I mean, like at high school level French. We both skipped a year of French. We have a blast.
We're good.
Yeah, we're amazing.
We're so good.
We just had a French movie night at my house. I found every French thing in my house and put it in my basement. I made my mom get like, and we didn't end up watching a French movie. We watched Get Out.
Which is actually a fantastic.
Oh yeah,
so
we just didn't get to finish it.
1:10.
Like I'm still in suspense right now.
1 hour 10 minutes is where we are. I memorized it.
Wait, what? You guys didn't even finish it?
We spent the majority of the time
buffering. Yeah, we started it super late, and it took forever to buffer, and then they had to leave. So like, and it was at like the most dramatic part too.
Yeah.
So right now we're still like anxious about it
because I'm like, that is not a movie. Okay,
right?
Like. It's kind of like the only other movie I can think of
awesome
is Sixth
so
Sense
far.
is that like it has a huge like oh my god kind of ending. Like you didn't watch the end. Like I would be like we're not going anywhere until I see that. No.
I keep wanting to watch it, but then I don't want to watch it without my friends.
Yeah.
Oh well, no, I understand that part. I was like, no, you all ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's an hour 10. I think it's like what 2 hours. Like we got another 50 minutes
so
of
close.
this.
Stupid curfew.
Curfews are the worst.
Oh, yeah.
I hated my curfew. The worst one ever is that every once in a while you'll get like, we want you to be in by this time, and then when you get there, you're just like, by the way, we could have totally stayed out a little bit longer. I'm like, screw you! I don't say that because you're my parents, but screw you! Anyway. All right, guys. Was there anything else you'd like to plug? The time's pretty much it's gone by. Yeah,
time flies.
Yeah,
talking about Star Trek.
Yeah, this is for the Star Trek podcast. I'm not kidding you. You really should do. I think they're on season 2. They just got a season 2. I've done the trailing episode, and I also did the Space Seed with Con. Yeah, which oh man, I mean there's some they talk about fashion, which there are some big fashion
interesting choices.
Yeah, like there's some other.
Elliott won Best Dressed in Drama Club this year, so
that's what I'm saying. It is a lot of fun, but they also talk about what is their favorite random girl that shows up on the show
and then is never seen again.
They have like that. They also rank the episodes. So, and being that you probably know all about them, you can probably sit there and say, I think they go by in terms of when you're there, but you can help them rank the episode too. I mean, it's a lot of fun. The only thing is, they record it on interesting days, which conflicts with my schedule. That's one of the ways I don't do it more because I love doing it. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. So, but yeah, you guys should also try for It's All Been Done Radio Hour too. Sorry. I think you guys would have a lot of fun. And there's no memorization. There's one rehearsal, and then there's one rehearsal like 10 days out, and then we do the show, and the day of the show we do one other final rehearsal where we do blocking and stuff. So. Anyway, enough of me trying to sell you wares of It's All Been Done, which is amazing wares, by the way, Star Trek. So thank you guys so much for doing this. This is awesome. And do you guys have a website or anything you guys want to promote, like for your writing or anything like that? I just thought of this. No.
Honestly, do not, right?
Okay. All right, well, thank you guys for coming on The Good, Bad, and Geeky. And young writers, madlab.net for dates and more information. Thanks.
Jeez! You're a creep! Go away! We're having a good time until you start up, cheapers! Go have some coffee with cream or something! Because I'll tell you something! This is a happy place!